Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. It is also, as we've kind of been doing lately, a slightly different sort of Sunday Stuff and Things, because as you can see around me, I'm not in the Stuff and Things studios. I'm actually in my little office, my home office, where I edit videos and upload and do all that good stuff. And I'm here because I don't feel very well, as you can maybe tell. No, I do not have the CV. I don't have that, but I've got a pretty good headache, got some upset stomach stuff going on, and I just couldn't get everything together and go over to the studio. So we're gonna do a quicker Sunday Stuff and Things. I still have your questions here. That is a very important part of the show. We're not gonna have the reading. We're not gonna have normal topics. I just wanted to get to your questions quickly and get to the Sunday Stuff and Things so you would have a video today. As you're watching this, it's actually Saturday as I'm recording this, and then next week hopefully everything will be back to normal. I did just record a video. We talked in the last episode, kind of an informal survey as to whether or not you wanted me to speak about the thing that has been happening in the world lately, the big CV, or if you would like a video where I was showing you my Telecaster, because some of you were interested after seeing my Rickenbacker and my Morton. Rickenbacker, I know, and my Morton. You also wanted to know what other guitars I had, or some of you did, and I mentioned that I had a Telecaster. Here it is. It's a Telecaster, American professional Telecaster in butterscotch blonde, like the old-fashioned Blackguard Tellies from back in the day. This is an ash body guitar. And I just did a video where I put new tuners on it. You see here, these are the Fender Classic Gear tuners with the nice split shaft with the hole in them. My favorite kind of tuners, and I swapped these out. So I did a video kind of about this guitar and about doing that tuner change. That will be posting this Wednesday. As far as Stuff and Things plays, we are going to have all 3 episodes this coming week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are going to be on Outer Wilds, because I'm in the home stretch, I think. I think we're going to be done with that game soon, and I'm eager to get a new game going, a new long-form series. I'm pretty sure I know what game that's going to be, and so I think it's only going to be a couple more weeks of Outer Wilds, and then we're going to be popping into a new series. So stay tuned for that. But the main reason we're here is for your questions. We're going to get to those now. If you are a Patreon supporter, you can write to me on Patreon and I will try to answer your question. If you are not a Patreon supporter, you can tweet at me at SATBradley with the hashtag askstuffandthings, and I will do my best to answer your question on the next Sunday Stuff and Things. Let's get through these, shall we? First, via Patreon, we have a question from Cody Striegler. Herr Cody has written in. He says, "Hello, Bradley." I don't know if I should try to do this right now. Oh, my head. "Hi, Bradley. Hope all is well. I've continued to watch Match's 860's Friday Night Live videos. In my opinion, they were very entertaining and a joy to watch. In one of his recent videos, he stated that he was able to get a little more income on his live videos." So I guess his YouTube channel is still up. "On his live videos rather than uploading one. Have you ever considered doing live videos? Thanks. P.S. Still waiting on the Escudo Revisited." Live videos, that is an interesting suggestion. It is something I have thought about, Cody, and we might want to try to experiment with that at some point. It would be kind of a matter of knowing when the best time would be for everybody. A lot of my viewers are in the US, but a lot of my viewers are also elsewhere in the world. So if I were to do, let's say, a Sunday at 4, which is when Sunday Stuff and Things typically posts, there would be a lot of people who wouldn't be able to watch in Europe and stuff. So we'll kind of try to figure that out. Maybe we would do a recording on Saturday and then we could post that live video afterwards. I'm not exactly sure how it works with YouTube and everything, but that's something I will definitely keep in mind. I think it's a good idea. Next, from Twitter, from Jev P at Glios78. "Been watching your channel." Oh my God. It's not you, Jev. It's my nausea right now. What's that thing you can do where you like pinch your nose or something? Or no, you do this? Does that do something? I don't know. Ugh. Hopefully you won't see me throw up on camera. "Been watching your channel since Minecraft days." Wow. the original Minecraft series years and years ago. I've smoked a pipe since I was 16. I'm 42 now. Do you know of anything comparable to Frog Morton on the Town? I'm having no luck. It was one of my all-time favorites, and I kept 0 tins to cellar. Frog Morton on the Town was actually my favorite, probably, of the Frog Mortons, and it had basma in it, which is a really interesting Greek varietal. I'm trying to think of other blends that have basma, because a lot of times you'll get Oriental in a blend, but it's usually a Turkish Oriental or something like that. There were other McClellan blends that had basma, but unfortunately McClellan's out of business. Off the top of my addled head right now, I can't think of anything else that has basma, and that was a really distinct flavor in that blend. If anyone remembers another blend, could you put that in the comments below for Jev? Thanks for the question, Jev. Next from Zach at Great White Bart. Bradley, what are some songs you're working on learning for the guitar currently? And also, Ghosts of Tsushima. That is a game coming out on PlayStation soon. Can we expect to see that on SaTP, or maybe even The Last of Us Part 2? Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, Zach. On guitar, I've been into a lot of Radiohead stuff recently. Just learning kind of basic songs that aren't necessarily that difficult, but there are just some interesting chord construction and changes and fingerings that Johnny Greenwood does, and I guess Ed O'Brien do on some of the songs. And so a lot of times when you learn a song, you're like, oh, I'll just learn the chords and now I know the song. But I'm trying to get better now that I've sort of rediscovered my love of guitar. I'm trying to actually really learn the songs the way they're actually played or were played either on the recordings or live. So yeah, a lot of Radiohead stuff lately. And then as far as Ghosts of Tsushima, I was thinking about that. That comes out in July. I'm going to be finishing Outer Wilds soon, and then I'm going to have a pretty big gap if I try to wait for Ghost of Tsushima, but it's not a big enough gap to do a long-form series, so I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll do Tsushima right when it comes out, if we start something else longer in the meantime. And then Last of Us Part 2, maybe. I never played the original Last of Us, so I would kind of maybe have to play that first, but we'll see. Next, from Jimmy Two Shoes, or I guess it's Jimmy Two Shoes, but shoes is spelled S-H-E-W-S, at Jimmy Two Shoes. Hey Bradley, I was rewatching your video on the merchant service pipe and I was just wondering, how are you enjoying it? I've been thinking about purchasing one recently and thought you could give some insight. Love the channel, by the way. Hashtag askstuffandthings. Yeah, it's good. I have it not in my normal every week rotation, but I do pop it out every once in a while. I mean, it's great. It's dry. It's nice and light. It works well. It is more robust than you would think by the look of it, and I have no complaints. So I would definitely recommend one. Next, from Kyle Whitmore at Kyle Whitmore7. Again, Kyle, that reaction was not for you. You've done a revisit of Early Morning Pipe. Don't you think it's only fair to lay down your assumptions and revisit Royal Yacht? I, for one, would like to see if you have any change of opinion. Ugh. I did not like Royal Yacht very much at all when I initially reviewed it. I think the only tin I have of Royal Yacht is one that's pretty old. It's probably about 4 or 5 years old. So, and it hasn't been reissued under the Peterson name, or yeah, has it? It has, hasn't it? It has. Yeah, so I guess I could get a new tin of that, because I was gonna say I couldn't do an old tin because that isn't really fair because it has age on it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Ugh, I don't want to, but I'll think about it. And last, from Christopher Trolls the World at Trolls the World, 2 questions for hashtag askstuffandthings. 1, how many guitars do you have? And 2, just who do you think you are anyway? Thanks, big fan. Pig face. I think the pig face might have been an emoji, and then it just wrote out pig face when I copied this to this piece of paper. I think I've mentioned this. I have an acoustic, my Morton. I have my Rickenbacker 330, and then I have my Telecaster, my Fender American Pro Telecaster. And who do I think I am? I'm Bradley. And last, the best part of the show, this is when we thank our Patreon supporters. Gang, I just can't go on anymore. I'd say that you're lucky that I'm posting this video today, but I don't want to be a jerk. And I don't know if you're really lucky because I'm just blathering on, but I'm trying to answer your questions, trying to do good by y'all out there. So as far as the other, we'll get to this stuff here, it's all scatterbrained. As far as the other video, the other choice for a video that I was going to post next week, we may do that eventually, but I did decide based on your feedback from the last video that for now, we're going to leave it be. We're going to do the telly video, and then maybe we'll discuss that later. But anyway, every week I like to thank my Patreon supporters, people who now more than ever I am so grateful to. Your support means so much. It makes so much more possible on this channel. Me being able to afford things to review, just equipment, all sorts of things. It helps out so much, and it's so appreciated. And I like to give a special shout out to the people who support my Patreon at $25 or more a month. People like AJ Hoge, Ryan McFadin, MD of the North, Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Cody Striegler, Ryan Stauffer, corbynborbyn, and Glenn. And I would also like to thank the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channel at $100 a month. People like Peter Straub and Bob Magee. Thank you all so much. Lord above, I do think I am going to vomit. Thank you all so much for your support. Again, please do not append that to the thing that I was discussing before. It has nothing to do with any of you. You're all lovely, and I love you all very much. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. I am sorry that this video is a bit truncated and that we didn't have our full-length Sunday Stuff and Things, but hopefully by next week we will. In the meantime, please enjoy the video about my Fender Telecaster. It's a great guitar and I love it. There's not really any playing in it because I was doing the changing of the tuning machines, the machine heads, the tuners, but I do want to do a video soon where I compare it, where I can actually plug in, if I can get kind of loud, where I plug in and do my Rickenbacker against my Telecaster, kind of show the different tones you can get out of both of them and what I like them for. So that will come up soon. And then tune in for Outer Wilds on Stuff and Things Plays and all that good stuff. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. Ow. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a pleasant Sunday, Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.